Welcome to another fabulous episode of Fan Faces. I am Amadou the Great. We're trying to put this in wax like we've done plenty of other classics. So let's get it going, Andrew. What's up?
Not much. Not much. Lots of things are really going on. It's life. Lots of things. But in the world of sports, we have lots of things, especially with our football. Baseball ends this Sunday, so the playoffs begin on Tuesday. And I'm very excited about that. And we got basketball starting up with the Damian Lillard getting traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, not the Miami Heat, as I was expecting they were going to get traded. And Pat Riley, as much as I love him, made a comment about how they really should have done everything possible to make that trade happen to the Heat. Nah, they shouldn't have. Blazers did the right thing. They got to do what's best for them and not what's best for Dame, because Dame was highly compensated for his years in Portland. Very loyal. Awesome player. Awesome
He could always retire in Miami if he chooses to.
You're right. He always could. Remember, because what's that line? Gangsters get chubby and move to Miami.
They do not.
They get chubby and move to Miami. Yeah, right. Anyway.
But some of the topics on top of football, baseball, we got some popular culture topics as well. We got some very popular singers in the mix in the football world. We got some, females that are shaking up this football tree here for certain teams. So we'll get into these topics and plenty of others.
Is there more than one?
Well, no, I mean, not more than one. Just there's two superstar artists that I want to get into, especially.
All right.
So let's get into them. First and foremost, though, we'll hit the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We got Miami, just bulldozing everybody right now, just untouchable.
They didn't bulldoze. They barely beat the Chargers in LA. That was a late comeback, and they've been. It's not like they're bulldozing every. The Broncos, yes.
To go to a team's home field and beat them, coming back.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of hard.
Oh, it's very hard.
It's hard.
But they didn't roll over.
No, they pulled it off because the Chargers roster is no slouch. They got a Pro Bowl quarterback. They got a Pro Bowl safety. They got an offensive line to die for. Mm-hmm. They have coaches, minus Brandon Staley, who's their head coach.
He's done, son.
They got a plethora of coaches that, some teams will die to have. I don't know if it's a Chargers curse or something, because they've had plenty of capable teams in the past.
True.
And they just can't seem to get over that hump.
No.
And it's like, why? What's happening? They've even changed locations from San Diego now to LA.
Yep.
And still it's the same old Chargers.
Yep. Horrible. Except for 1994, their one lone Super Bowl appearance. That's been it.
Well, Super Bowls are hard to get to. If you could get to one, God bless you. Because there's been teams that have gone to 4 and won none.
That has happened. It's true. The Minnesota Vikings. Is that who you're talking about, the Minnesota Vikings? Because they've been 4 and lost them all.
No, the Buffalo Bills.
Actually, truth be told, I think no one has lost more Super Bowls than the New England Patriots. They've lost the most.
Yeah? Well, all we know is the 6 wins that they've had.
I know.
Nobody knows how many they've lost. So, talking about New England, coaching as well as playing is a big proponent in this game, in the NFL. I feel like Mike McDaniels and the Miami players, it's such a great. They mesh so well that they are able to just seep in what the coach is telling them and go out there and produce. And I'm not going to lie to you, this Sunday is a scary game for Buffalo.
Very.
It's a home game for Buffalo, but it's a scary game for Buffalo. Because right now, Miami is the leader of the division.
Yes.
And nobody in their wildest, I can't say nobody in their wildest dreams. There's a lot of people, pundits out there that were saying Miami may come in second or third place. That's if
the division?
In the division, yeah. But no.
That was if Tua was not healthy. Look, if Tua was healthy, there should have been no debate that Miami was going to be this good. Did you see what they did last year when Tua was healthy before he got injured?
Yeah.
So anyone would have thought that just because Aaron Rodgers was coming to New York and he was just going to dominate. If Tua was, I said at the beginning of the season, if Tua was healthy, Miami's going to win the division.
Well, that's why you added on
The
some
Bills.
weight.
Look, I was in Buffalo for the playoff game. They barely beat their third string quarterback.
I think,
Barely beat
I
him.
mean, no, all that stemmed from coaches second guessing themselves, like trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Because,
Careful on Sunday.
I mean, in the playoff game that Miami had against Buffalo,
Yeah.
what's it called? Skyler, I believe that's a quarterback's name. He wasn't doing too much, and they almost had a touchdown. I mean, they had a touchdown called back.
Yes, I remember that.
And Sean McDermott was second guessing themselves left, right, upside down. I'm like, what were you doing? Stick to the plays that were working, and they were working, and you're just like trying to work your players' brains too much.
Mm-hmm.
Football, to play your best football, you need to be free. You need to be free of thought per se. Just be all in with the reaction time.
Right.
And for you to have players thinking way too much, it sucks because now they're thinking instead of playing.
Mm-hmm.
And you play your fastest when you're reacting in comparison to should I go left, should I go right, should I go up, should I back up a little bit? Miami is definitely a juggernaut offensively. So Buffalo's going to have to find a way. And it's DeMar Hamlin's first game back. So Buffalo's going to have to find
Watch
a
him
way.
get an interception, return for a touchdown.
Are you going to put money on it?
Nope. But watch. You heard it first. He's going to do it.
All right. Well, amen. If he does, that'd be great. And hopefully the whole game goes smooth for him.
All I know is that if the Bills lose this game, I'm going to delete myself from my family chat in the text group because
They're all Miami Dolphin fans.
yes, it's the Penders in the south and Penders in the north, and this is going to be bad.
Derek, I put up a comment on Facebook, and I was gonna wait to respond to you on the podcast. So if you get a chance to listen, you get to hear this.
Don't get him going.
A run and gun offense will make it to the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and they will lose. No, Kansas City's not a run and gun offense. Patrick Mahomes is orchestrating that. It looks like a run and gun, but it's not a run and gun. The receivers get in the mix. The running backs get in the mix. Kansas City does not have super speed. They have one guy that's super fast. That it's not even their best receiver, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So no, I do not consider Kansas City a run and gun offense. They're high powered when everything's working well, but they're not Miami. They're not like motion here, move this there, have a guy. Basically, it just dawned on me. Miami's playing CFL football.
What?
The receivers in the CFL, they're already moving before the ball snapped.
Okay.
Miami has their receivers in motion, moving before the ball snapped.
But most wide receivers are in motion moving.
No. Most teams, you have your X and your Z.
Mm-hmm.
They stay stationary. When the ball snaps, they move. But in Miami, they're already zipping, motioning, having somebody break free.
Mm-hmm.
That's if you watch the CFL. I don't know how many games you've watched in the CFL.
I watch it every week.
You watch the CFL?
Yeah, I legit like. I was at the Hamilton Tiger Cat game, Labor Day.
Okay.
I told you that.
No, you said you went to Canada. I didn't know why you went to Canada.
I told you I went to the Tiger Cat game. Go Tiger Cats, baby. Let's go Tiger Cats.
Okay. Anyhow, their game is predicated on motion, and CFL's game is predicated on motion. They have the receivers. They have players like standing off the line way back, and then all of a sudden you snap the ball there. They're hightailing it, going fast. So
that's not really run and gun offense. This is like a
no. You already have momentum. Miami already has momentum by having those guys moving. Okay. If I'm standing flat-footed and you're already in motion, I got to take time to catch up to you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So Miami's players are already in motion. They're fast, but they're already in motion. Okay. So you got to take time now. Your defense has to take time to catch up to them.
Gotcha.
Instead of being already in position to like, I'm going to bump you off the line, or I'm going to shake you a little bit, nudge you a little bit to get you off your route. That's not happening because they're already in motion. They already know where they're going. And by the time your defense is like, oh, they're here. They're already there. The ball's already delivered. Tua's quick delivery takes it off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But go ahead.
We'll see what Derek has to say about that.
Well,
I'm sure he has lots.
If you have anything to say about it, Derek, get in the comment section on the YouTube page. Send your message, or get on the Facebook page. Send your message, whichever. However you feel it's necessary for you to deliver your message. That'll get straight to me. But don't do it in any other form. And go Buffalo. I'm not a fan, but it's cool. It's water cooler talk, so it's good.
Mhm.
But on to the Jets. What are your thoughts about the Jets regular season, the rest of the season? What are your
Well,
thoughts on it?
I would like to say that I, have complained through the years about how the Buffalo Bills have been run, and how we're cursed and all that stuff. But we're really not. When you look at the Jets, it's looking at the Jets is like it's like this. It's like if you go to if you're on a date with somebody and you go to the movie theater and you're watching a bunch of horror movies.
They get closer to you?
Like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you look better, like, in their eyes now, because they just watched a movie full of monsters.
Okay.
And then they look at you and they're like, oh, he's not so bad now. That's what the Jets are. The Jets are like a monster. Like, how could you be? They are cursed. As Tony Kornheiser says, they have one highlight in their life. That's Joe Namath doing this.
With the finger.
And it's true. They, look, and I could care less what happens to the Jets. But I was excited to see what happened with Aaron Rodgers. I really wanted to see that.
Me too. Me too.
And to see them go out like that, I wasn't really that happy. I wasn't happy about that. I wanted to see them. I wanted to see what they could do. Have a really cool competitive division.
Well, there's always next year if he comes back in
if he
full
does.
form.
So he'd be what, 39, 40 years old at that
He'd
point?
be 40.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Well,
They should tank and get Caleb Williams. Or, not Caleb Williams, I'm sorry.
there's like 5-6 quarterbacks that are like first round worthy this coming draft, so it doesn't matter who you get. Now you get the opportunity to get somebody that fits your scheme.
Yeah. Or whatever their scheme is. What is their scheme?
Nathaniel Hackett, Green Bay Packers scheme. They should fire Nathaniel Hackett first and foremost and get somebody from the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree.
Yeah, they should gut that whole coaching staff.
Speaking of Nathaniel Hackett, the Broncos, Sean Payton, you are a damn magician. You are doing all that distraction just in case your team sucks and they go 0-3. They are 0-3. And the last game, they got embarrassed. The game before that, they got put on notice by the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders came back in the second half and whooped the Broncos. How's that happen? Nobody knows. But that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did happen. Sean Payton, you are a Jedi mind tricker. You made sure that you threw all the blame. Oh, Nathaniel Hackett, was doing too much. He wasn't, looking out for the players, was putting the players in harm's way, and this, that, and the third. And that's why the team was so terrible. No, the team is just terrible, period. Russell Wilson's not doing much. He's trying, but he's not doing much. Your defense gave up 70 points against Miami. That is embarrassing. That is what you call quitting the professional league. All they needed was 3 more points, though. The Dolphins, they needed 3 more points to set the record.
What are your thoughts on that?
On Miami, on the Dolphins?
The Dolphins not going for that.
It's a man's game. Stop me. When I'm playing Madden, stop me. If you can't stop me, like that guy said, a former Jets receiver, I forgot his name. He goes by Chosen now.
Chosen?
Yeah. Robbie Anderson. He goes by Chosen. Robbie Anderson said we should have kept going. Yeah, he's a Dolphin.
Oh, I remember Robbie Anderson. He played for the Jets for a while,
He
too.
plays for the Jets. He was pretty decent, and then went to the Panthers, and then Arizona.
They should have went for it. They were right there. Go for it. Get the field goal. Call it a day.
Yeah, but I mean, Mike McDaniel's one to show sportsmanship, not embarrass him too much. What's 3 more points? What's 10 more points?
My thoughts exactly. Go for it. They could have easily scored another touchdown, make it 77.
Yeah, you've already gone for 70.
Awesome. They should have went for it. My uncle was so ticked off about that.
What, did he put money in the game?
No, he didn't put money in the game, but he wanted that record. He wanted the Dolphins to get that record.
The Dolphins already have an undefeated season record.
Yeah, that's right. And he wanted the all points record too.
Oh, that boy's greedy.
I know, it can't have nice things. He's winning 70-20 and it's not good enough.
50 points on the 50 point margin is not good enough.
That's crazy. What a
I need a 53-point margin. That's in the NFL.
I hope the Broncos lose on Sunday.
Who are they playing against?
Bears.
That's another disappointing team.
Yes.
Justin Fields comes out and was like, yo, I'm going to play relax. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to go be me. Bro, you were you and your team sucked. But I digress. Playing quarterback is super, super, super difficult. I know that. Not only do you have to know your job, you have to know everybody else's job. So to that extent, I feel bad for you. But for you to talk almighty and not deliver, and your team not even be up to snuff against Kansas City in the first half, you're lucky Kansas City was feeling generous and they only dropped 40 on you. They could have probably easily dropped 70 on you because you guys were just not doing it. It's like you blew every assignment that you could have blown in the first half. That's just crazy. I know you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, future Hall of Famer, but goddamn, bros, why? Justin, you have a great receiver, you have a defensive-minded head coach, and you have a decent running game. You included. That could have done something to slow down the Chiefs, but nah, you guys couldn't. Why? Well, hopefully you have a better game this week because, you're ever growing in the NFL.
Always.
On to the next, on to the next, on to the Broncos, as Bill Belichick would say, on to the Broncos. Speaking about Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, I listened to an interview that he did, an all-encompassing interview. I liked it very much. I felt inspired after I listened to it because he was talking about his life, just basically going out there and getting it. Whatever it is you want to do, go out there and get it. You wanted to be the first string quarterback, he went out there and got it. Drew Bledsoe went down. No, you don't want somebody to lose their job that way to you, but he went out there and got it, which I'm like, that's how every one of us should be in life. Let's go. But on to the NBA. What's happening in the NBA, Andrew?
Well, Damian Lillard got traded to the Bucks, as I mentioned.
Very unenthusiastically saying it.
It's not.
It's exciting.
I'm disappointed for the Heat, but at the same token,
It's exciting news for the NBA.
It is because he needed to get out of Portland, and I'm glad he's going to Milwaukee. I like teams like Milwaukee to be good. Because I don't want to see Giannis move.
Most importantly, you like the fact that Damian Lillard could stand a chance to win a championship.
Yes, I want to see him in the playoffs.
No, he's been in the playoffs. It's time for him to win a championship.
Compete for a championship.
Compete, sure. But, Giannis won it without him. So with Dame, if they could work out really well and they mesh really well, then it's championship or bust this season.
But it's not over because it'll be interesting to see where Drew Holiday is going because he obviously was the big centerpiece to go to Portland.
Yep.
Portland's not going to keep him because they don't really need him. So, but Portland can really make out. They really can make out in this deal big time.
What? Trade him to Phoenix?
Miami could be in the running again to get him, but they could use a nice defender like Drew Holiday.
Well, the big complaint is that Damian wanted clearly to go to Miami, but like you were saying earlier, if we've paid you this money, we've been as loyal to you as you've been to us. So we really don't owe you anything. They really didn't owe him anything to go where he wanted to go. Besides building the team for the future.
It's like even when LeBron left Miami and everyone was so upset about that. I'm like, who gives a rip, dude? If he wants to go, leave. I mean, he played there. Took the Heat to the 4 straight finals and won a couple championships. So what? Leave. I'm sorry. Miami's starting to become like one of those people that just feel like they just deserve everything.
Entitlement people?
I don't really
hear that, cousin Derek. Miami's entitled.
And the Dolphins are not entitled. We're talking about the Heat. No, the Heat have been smelling themselves for a little while, Andrew, which is fine. They're a great organization. I love them dearly. But geez, I remember the days when we could barely get Juwan Howard to come to Miami, and now look at us. Now we're upset because we can't get Damian Lillard.
I mean, it's a long season. Anything could happen. You can get another player that just fits you just right.
I think they should get Drew Holiday. I think he'd be a nice piece there. He definitely fits that whole Miami culture thing. Culture. Everybody calls it a culture.
He's a pale in the hand, head down worker kind of guy.
He's awesome.
Okay,
well, awesome. Good character. Everything.
That's what you need for Spoelstra and Riley because they want people to follow the program, get in line and do what's asked of you, and for the greater good of the team, which is great.
No BS organization. That's why they're successful.
For sure.
Oh, show.
So speaking of what's it called, the NBA, we'll talk about our guy Dion. Back to football. Deion Sanders. Last week,
Which we have on right there.
well,
Colorado versus USC.
nobody could see that.
Nobody
We
can
can
see
see
but
it, right? But so we got Dion losing last week to Oregon,
Yes.
and the big news out of the gate was that there's a bunch of coaches that decided they needed to plot against Dion for him to lose, and they Oregon whooped on
Both
on
of them.
Colorado.
Horrible.
Colorado lost really bad. It's like taking candy from a baby. And what's that guy's name? Johnson from he was on he's on Speak for Yourself.
Oh, Keyshawn Johnson.
Johnson was the one that broke the news. He was talking about the team.
Mhm.
The team. There was a bunch of teams out there bunch of head coaches out there that like gave Oregon the playbook on Colorado, and supposedly Bo Nix's uncle or guy a coach that he knew when he was younger was also the defensive coordinator for Colorado. But I don't believe that guy would trade his job for a kid to win, which wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. So Dion's bravado could rub people the wrong way, right? Dion is, I mean, he's loud and brash, and we take that for
unapologetic.
We take that for cockiness.
It's confidence. That's what it is. It's confidence. Why do you think you consider that so cocky? He's not cocky. He's confident. A man can't be confident in life.
You can be up to a certain point, but the moment you get too confident, they're like, "What do you think about yourself? Why do you think you're so awesome?"
What is he supposed to think? He's supposed to sound
no. He's just supposed to do coach speak and just
What's coach speak? He's a confident man. That's what's attractive about him.
What?
That's why you got a bunch of people, celebrities, going to Boulder, Colorado to watch the Buffaloes play when nobody gave a rip about Colorado for decades.
We have not.
And now they're showing up on the sidelines going to these games. These are big celebrity games now. These are fun.
Yeah.
Because the man has confidence, and that's what draws people closer to him. It's not because he's arrogant or he thinks he's just. Well, I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, if he is arrogant, he has every right to be. Multiple Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame inductee.
He's proven himself.
Yes.
I mean, he's a guy who talks a big talk and walks that big walk, and he's been doing it since FSU, and he's always drawn attraction and delivered with all the pressure on him and everybody looking at him. So I mean, that's a very confident man. So why wouldn't he think that going to Boulder, Colorado, where they won one game last year, that I'm going to turn this around real quick and we're going to be good? And he did.
He definitely did, which is freaking awesome. But I just feel like moving forward, don't get your team in a tight space, because people will be coming after your team maliciously because of what you say. As a coach, you cannot jeopardize your players like that.
Let them come. And the reason why Oregon won, it was not because they were scheming with all these other coaches. I don't buy that for a second. I believe that the Oregon won that game because they've been a powerhouse of recruiting for the past 15, 20 years, where nobody even thought Colorado was no one good that was coming out of high school wanted to go to Colorado.
That's true.
Like, what? Why am I going to go to Colorado? I can go to Oregon, where one of our big sponsors is
Nike.
Yeah, is
Phil Knight. Yeah, owner of Nike,
and you get new uniforms every Saturday. So
you do.
They let's calm down here. The fact that everyone's scheming, they had to scheme to beat Colorado. Oregon has some great players.
They do,
and they've had great players. And the fact that they've only been to the national championship game once, and that was in 2000. When was Cam Newton a rookie? What year was that?
2010, maybe.
Was it 20? So yeah, you're right. So 2010 draft. So they went to the national championship in 2010 when they played Auburn and
didn't
Oregon.
They also go?
And that was the only time.
No, didn't they go a second time? They played against Ohio
State.
Yep. When they first started this ranking.
I might have to double check that. You might be right.
I think they went twice with Chip Kelly. Well, not Chip Kelly. After Chip Kelly left, because they went with Chip Kelly and then they went with Mark Halfrich.
Because they also Cam Newton and Auburn.
Yeah.
I know they went to the playoff. I don't know if there was an extra trip game.
No, they did. They did again with Mark Helfrich against Ohio, and Ohio smashed them.
Okay.
I believe so. But anyhow, let's move on to other topics at hand. What's happening with baseball, Andrew? What's happening with America's pastime? That's a lie.
This is big. So the Marlins are trying to make the playoffs, and they made it during the COVID year, so whatever. I don't really count.
Side note, baseball is just like cricket, but cricket's bigger in Asia and the rest of the world.
And it doesn't take 3 weeks to finish a game. So anyway, now the last game's regular season ends tomorrow. And we have a lot of teams that are already kind of clinching, and we're sort of figuring things out. Hopefully, Toronto Blue Jays, our friends up north, only about a couple hours from us, they have a chance to clinch today. The Marlins have a chance to clinch today in Pittsburgh. As much as I love my beloved Pirates, we need them to lose. They're not making the playoffs, so we got to make the Marlins make the playoffs. So hopefully they can get in, and that would be fun. It'd be the first time since real playoffs since 2003 for the Marlins. 20 years ago, the last time the Marlins really made they're not there. Like I said, not the COVID year, but 2003. Won a championship.
That'd be great for them in the baseball world, and I'm sure they sped up the game a little bit more now since they had added a pitching clock.
Oh man, the games have been around 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like they saved over 25, 30 minutes of baseball. Dude, this is boring as hell. Like I don't want to stay in the box. Stop fixing your gloves. Let's go.
It heightens the tension, which is good.
It's a great. Baseball is the best for tension sports. I love it. You get a bottom of the ninth, get a batter up there. Work that count. It's nerve wracking. It's so much fun, and I can't wait for the playoffs next week.
Oh, that'd be good, man.
Be awesome.
Keep us updated. Keep us all abreast on this development called baseball. Mm-hmm. Nobody's paying attention. Sorry, guys. Maybe somebody's out there.
And that's why all the big major networks, nobody talks baseball. It's all
anymore.
Football. They're all football shows. Every single one. FS1, all football shows.
It was like
ESPN, all football shows.
It was a gradual downward
That's all I want to talk about. That and basketball.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I understand this. They're catering to where the ratings are.
That's true.
I get it. So that's why they talk it, because that's what the people watch. But holy cow, how many times do you Cowboy fans need to listen to your Cowboy talk all the effing time on FS1? All the time.
Speaking of Cowboys and popularity and all that good stuff, we got Taylor Swift jumping into the football world with that boy, Travis Kelce.
Love it.
Travis Kelce used to date black women. Oh, they were so gorgeous. And then he switched all of a sudden and started dating Taylor Swift. He gets a mustache. He forgets the goatee. It's like, hey, Officer State Trooper, you. But Taylor Swift is totally
Beautiful.
Totally given Travis Kelce the Messi effect, which is a Taylor Swift effect.
What's the Messi effect?
The Messi effect. Ticket prices went up in Miami for Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's jersey sales went up 100%.
Isn't that something?
Right?
That's crazy.
And people were watching the game a little bit more because they wanted to see if Taylor's there.
Did they really?
Yeah. Taylor Swift has the Messi effect. But
people pick on her for having so many boyfriends, but it's like, literally, how could you have a normal relationship with anybody with that kind of life?
Well, she can't. But, like I said, there's 17 boyfriends that we know about, but there's a bunch more that we probably don't know about that are not registered.
I don't think she can get away with dating anybody that you don't know about.
Of course she can.
How?
If they're in her camp.
No.
If it's somebody that she knows closely, that's within her concert venue, that's within her group of people that she deals with on a regular basis, we wouldn't know because it would be normal. But now that she's dating Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs, it's world news. It's great. No, Taylor Swift is decent looking, but if I had another choice, I'd pick somebody else. I like a little meat on my women's bones, and Taylor Swift is lacking in that area.
Oh, she's beautiful. Go ahead.
That's great. So, speaking of Taylor Swift, we got Beyonce. I didn't tell you this, Andrew, but Taylor Swift and Beyonce are like two of the artists that I feel like America shoves down our throats.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Beyonce to me and Taylor Swift, they're not that talented when it comes to
Really?
No, they're not. They're not. The machine pushes them. You have certain people that they push in the forefront, that they make a big deal, that they put them so much in your face, you come to believe that it is that what they're saying about them is true.
Really?
Taylor Swift, no, she isn't. She makes pop songs.
But they're good songs.
No, after a while they disappear. Name a Taylor Swift song today.
Love Story.
Name 5 Taylor Swift songs.
Delicate.
You stuck it too. No Googling. I said name.
I don't know. I have it on my iTunes. Hey, look, man, you're putting me on the spot right now. I have her on my iTunes.
No, that's why I said name them.
I don't have all of her stuff.
No, if she made everlasting songs like that, then you'll be able to name them.
Dude,
name 5 Michael Jackson songs, Andrew.
I don't want to. Heal the World, Thriller, Lady of My Life. So you know you're putting this. Butterfly is another really good song I like.
Do you get my point?
Jam.
Do you get my point?
No, hold on. See, like this is what I have on my iTunes. I have Love Story, You Belong with Me. Then I have.
You just have 3
Delicate.
songs.
No. Delicate. This Love, Clean. Are You Ready for It? I got
No. Andrew, bottom line is you did not sit here. You could only name 2 songs. Taylor Swift is not that impactful as far as singing goes. They put her down our throats. This is what it is.
How do they push you down her throat?
How do they push her down our throats?
It's okay. Look, for example, it's like let's go back to FS1 or all the ESPN.
They push the Cowboys down your throat.
But they don't push them down my throat because I changed the channel. So they don't really pushing anything down my throat.
Andrew, you could change the channel 10,000 times. You've heard about the Cowboys that day. And then the next day again.
Yeah, for maybe like all of 5 seconds. That's okay.
It doesn't matter. You've heard about them that day. You hear about them again. Taylor Swift dates Travis Kelce. It's big news.
Okay. But it's only big news if you're watching the news.
No, it's not only big news if you're watching the news. If you open up your phone, you get a notification. You may get a notification from Yahoo News or Apple News.
Okay.
Taylor Swift seen at the Kansas City game. Taylor Swift may be in a relationship with so and so.
But they're in the news because they're popular. But how are you? But this is what I'm having a hard time understanding. How is Taylor Swift and Beyonce not that talented?
No, they're talented, but for the amount of notoriety that they get, it's not necessary. The average singers are best.
They're average singers? You think
Yes.
Beyonce is an average singer?
Yes, I think Kelly Rowland's a better singer than Destiny's Child.
Oh, she's very good. I mean,
No, I think Kelly Rowland is the best singer in Destiny's Child.
Okay, but
Beyonce probably might be second as far as singing goes, but she has a package.
I mean, she's beautiful to start with.
That's it.
Well, I mean, Kelly Rowland's pretty. She's very pretty too.
You wouldn't pick Kelly Rowland over Beyonce. You would pick Taylor Swift over Beyonce.
I would.
There you go.
I like Taylor. I think Taylor Swift's beautiful.
She's very average to look at.
Wow, really? You think so?
Yes. If Taylor Swift wasn't popular or wasn't a famous singer, she's just an average girl walking, average skinny girl walking.
If she was working the fries at McDonald's, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even look that way. I'd be like, gosh,
she's beautiful.
Who's that goofy? Who's that goofy chick working the fries?
Hey, look, the fact that either one of them. First off, Taylor Swift can play guitar. I like how we're talking more about this debate than we are anything else at this point. It's like, fuck the Dolphins, fuck everything else. Let's debate.
No, this is towards the end here. We're just dragging
Taylor Swift. The way her and Beyonce, the fact that they can perform in the manner that they do, with the choreography that they do, and Taylor Swift even plays guitar on stage, everything. They are ridiculously highly talented people. The fact that they can go on stage and not crap themselves in front of 100,000 people, and they can perform flawlessly, they are uber talented.
They're professionals. That's what you're supposed to do as a professional.
But it's just like in the NBA, they're all professionals.
Yes.
Some are way better basketball players than other players, but they're all professionals.
No, you're a professional.
They are the top of the list of professionals.
You're supposed to do your job as a professional. That's what.
You're correct.
You come in, you get the job done.
Okay,
People pay to come see you.
Okay.
If you suck, they're no longer coming to see you.
Okay, so then let's have. I'm gonna have it in brain fart. What's the dude's name from the Jets now? The quarterback, Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Thank you. He's a professional. Do better.
No, Andrew.
Throw 4 touchdowns in the game.
No, Andrew.
He's not that talented. That's why. But he's a
Playing
professional.
quarterback, it's not just about talent, it's about habits as well, what you do. If you watch a Johnny, hold on.
How's that not?
No. If you watch a Johnny Manziel special, right?
Uh-huh.
You probably didn't, but if you did on Netflix,
Uh-huh.
Johnny Manziel did not study.
Uh-huh.
Johnny Manziel did not look at tape.
Uh-huh.
Johnny Manziel did not want to go to practice. He just wanted to live the life.
Right.
And then he was a Cleveland Browns quarterback.
Right.
He didn't do anything to make it so that his life is easier.
Right.
Right? But as a professional, you study, you ask questions, you put in the time.
Which is exactly what Beyonce and Taylor Swift do. That's why they're at the top of their game. And then you have other singers that just would rather just do drugs the entire time or do alcohol, and they kind of suck at their performances, but they're still considered professionals.
Bottom line.
They are ridiculously talented.
Taylor Swift is talented, Beyonce is talented, but their fame, they're pushing them at us. They want us to embrace them. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't choose Beyonce over Kelly Rowland as far as singing goes.
Okay. I think, all right.
No, that's where I stand. That's it.
And that's okay.
Okay.
But she's very talented. And the reason why she's so popular is because
she's very good looking.
No, it's because people they like her music. They like their charisma. She's a great performer. She has ability to connect with her audience. That's why she's so popular.
All right.
Same with Taylor Swift. People just really dig it. They relate a lot to her lyrics, even though she dates a lot of guys, but that's okay.
I can name 5 Beyonce songs. You can name 5 Taylor Swift songs. Life goes on. But we could both name 5 Michael Jackson songs. Simple enough. All right, guys. For Fan Faces, I'm Amadou the Great. Today's episode is sponsored by 19 Strings for the Harp. Check it out on Amazon. Order Andrew's book because it ain't easy out here, man. Support the boy. Final Cuts Media. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Follow the page. Subscribe. Share the music. Share the podcast. And tell a friend to tell a friend, because that's just what we do. Help each other out. It costs you nothing to share. It costs you nothing to support. We appreciate your support. We appreciate everybody out there that's behind us. And all the new people that are coming in to support, thank you. Much appreciated. Someday when we're up on the top of the podium there, top of the hill, you'd see I was there from day one. And I appreciate you. All right? Thank you very much. For Fan Faces, I'm Amadou the Great. Check out Young Shark. Check out Mr. Press. Check out Rain the Reaper on YouTube, on all streaming platforms. Check out Fan Faces on all streaming platforms. The video podcast on YouTube, on the Final Cuts Media channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.
That was fun. We need more dumb debates like that.
Sinner made a bang.